fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Cartel stand brakes, flew the coupe like Toodaloo. Landed in Koreatown cause K-pop's when units move. Snooze you lose. The crew abused the truce. The ops was on Coronado, walked him down like who is you? Stupid moves. You talking bricks but never knew Jerus. He ain't my dog, he gave the boys in blue a clue. Corned beef, pastrami, matzo ball, noodle soup. Fentanyl for cheap at Langer's Deli, Jew approved. You can call it cocaine, soft or Cuban food. She a barefoot zombie used to dance for 2 Live Crew. Who my boo? She goes to town last night, a fiend dreams for you. Everything she owns stuffed in a vehicle. Eating shrooms, I try to seek the truth. The demons moving through MacArthur Park at evening, people's scenic view. Read the news, the graffiti sings the blues. The 18s hit Picasso's like Picasso to the east of Hoover. MS regrouping, recruiting teams of shooters. Peep the bloopers, shake the 8-ball and see the future. Chicken heads with no meat on their bones like wings at Hooters. Zombies tooting lines like marching bangs, strings and tubas. Been a loser, word to back, past the Percocets. If the Fetty Wap track slap too hard, it's certain death. Pure as heck, if you owe the block, no black disciple. Your knockout, so get knocked up, no Katherine Heigl. I'm dope in the stash, so pure and match my Bible. Thou shalt not worship plastic idols.
What's good, everyone? What did y'all think of that first track?
Was that you, bro? That first track was fire, bro. I try to find that song, like to see who.
No, that wasn't me.
I try to
That's
find
Lush.
it to see who did that song.
That's
It's
this
fire.
guy, Lush One. He's on No Jumper. I want to try to see if he'll do a track with me. His
That
name's
song sound
Lush One. People be saying he's trash and stuff, but they be sleeping on him.
nah, bro. He fire.
He did
I
a
mean,
lot
that
of
song
uh
is fire.
a lot of battle rap music back in the day. Um, but yeah, he's got skills.
Yeah.
Like he's like me. Some of the stuff he says is deep. It goes over people's heads. They gotta listen to it a few times.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you, bro. I was hearing you, bro. I'm listening to the bit. I'm listening to the song, to the flow. I'm like, yo, is that Charles? Like, cause I'm hearing, bro. Yeah, he rap just like you, bro. On God, everything, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. If you work on your delivery, bro, I'm telling you, bro, he will sound just like you.
Yeah, I think that beat you just heard is another beat I'm working on right now. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
make
he's
that
cool.
beat. That beat's from Alchemist and Havoc, I think. I think Alchemist did it himself, but it's from the Havoc album. But that beat's so tough, I gotta put something on it.
Yeah, I'd be crank.
That beat is super tough. That one, and then I got another one. This beat from as much as I don't want to use other people's beats, I just keep finding these fire ass beats. Like I got another one from Jada Kiss and Apathy. That beat is sick. I gotta go spit something on that beat too. Some beats just be calling me, and I have no choice.
Kanye opened the lane, bro. You feel me? Nigga can always sample a beat. Know what I'm saying? And also, it don't, I think, it's a good thing to collab. You know, to me, I think it's a good thing to collab. She got 5 bits, you feel me? And I got 5 bars. Why not? We can collab. Let's get this money. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Let's have fun. Don't always have to be, everybody, you know, uh, doing one thing or one person doing everything.
I should have had SIRDROP put his verse down, but it's all right. SIRDROP's into that AI stuff. Ah, shit. Just another day in the neighborhood. I've been writing some fire too lately.
Right. You dropping soon?
Huh?
You dropping anything soon?
But am I gonna what?
I said, are you dropping anything soon?
Oh yeah. I thought you said that, but kind of like borged up a little bit. Yeah, I'm planning to. I want to drop. I'm working on the EP, but I gotta drop. I don't have to, but I want to drop a single or something. I don't think people, not too many people, appreciate my rhymes. I think a lot of people look at it as just another white boy trying to be black. That's
Nah, bro.
What
I
a
think
lot of people think.
I think that's just the noise. If you feel
Right.
me, that's just, you know what I'm
That's
saying.
just people hating. I think people
Yeah,
think
but I
that
don't
and
think
say that because they're jealous. They can't rhyme.
it could be that though. But I don't think it's that deep, right? Unless you make it. I think it's just fuel, man, to feed to feed the car, right? To keep the car running. If you see what I'm saying, because the things that we think we're looking for example, like the praise, the glory, the appreciation, right? These are the things that makes us content, right? These are the things that makes us feel like we are successful, right? And then we get to the point that we felt like we don't have to better ourselves, right? When it comes to the bigger picture, right? But the things that we think that you know they criticize criticize us about, right? Is the thing that that keeps us going. Like, oh yeah, I'm finna show them, right? The next one gonna be, they thought if they thought that if they thought that was something they're talking about, that wait until I drop this. They definitely gonna have something to talk about, right? That's why I keep you going. So to me, that's fuel. You need that.
I use people's negativity to fuel the fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's see.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying. You need people to not appreciate the things that you're putting up, right? To balance the people that appreciate it, right? Because if you don't have those people to balance it out, right, you're going to feel like you don't have, right, to give, you don't have to put something else up because, these people, they're content with what you put up. Everybody appreciate it, right? So if you put something out, they might not appreciate it as they appreciate this one, right? So you need, right, some people that, don't appreciate your work to balance it out. So you can always, right, keep putting work that's better.
I, s- I said, I'm ready for war. Ghillie suit, leaning like the rifle. Oh, fucked it up already. I said, I'm ready for war. Ghillie suit, leaning like the Eiffel. Patience, looking through the peephole of my rifle. The amount of
Mm.
grain will put a hole through a rhino.
Mm.
I don't want
Yes,
to say
sir.
the whole verse because that's going to be on. I don't know what beat I'm going to put that to. I said, one wave of my pen will change your life. One look behind the curtain, you'll see all the lies. Take a listen. Here's what you see through these eyes. It's all balanced out between what I love and despise. All this noise and division over labels, not I. Through my observation, we are fucked, and here's why. Money tips, justice scales. When buying judges, prosecution. I stay in the shadows incognito. That's how I'm moving. My time is almost up. Chuck will throw up the deuces. We are being pond in this institution. That's the Constitution. That's
Hey,
gonna
that's
go
what
over
the
most
Bible.
people's heads, but
That's what the Bible is. The Bible is a constitution, right? Uh, se- Matter of fact, talking about the Bible, right? I've been thinking about right the parallel, right?
the
That exists.
Bible,
Uh,
the
but not.
Bible.
Yeah, my bad.
Take some shrooms and call me in the morning. Damn. Now I know why this cat from Wu-Tang called himself Master Killer. It just set in all these years later because he's a master killer. He kills the slave masters. I think all that shit's nonsense. Now, all this so-called slavery and shit, I think it was made up by somebody. I just truly think their main goal is to keep us divided. It's like I always say, if we were on the same page and stuck together, like, you know, people say drugs took over neighborhoods and all that, but people still decided to pick the drugs up and sell them when they could have said, fuck that. We ain't poisoning our community. So can we blame the government or do we blame ourselves for picking the drugs up and selling them instead of saying, get this shit out of our neighborhood? I think about that a lot. Like, because people say it's the government who flooded the neighborhoods with drugs. Okay, that's probably 100% correct. But, like I said, it didn't have to be sold, but it was. Oops. And I get it. Back then, it was probably worth selling drugs because the profit was insane. But nowadays, it's not even worth selling drugs because they got fucking cameras everywhere. You know, freedom is a thing of the past, man. Or actually, freedom's always been an illusion.
Can you hear me? Mic check.
But yeah.
Look
What up,
though.
Dank? What
I
up,
think,
Dank?
I think when I had slavery was made up, somebody made that shit up. I mean,
I truthfully,
say that again.
I said that's what I don't think it was. I there probably were people that were enslaved to that extent. Not many though. And the question is, did they allow themselves to get in that position? Did they choose to be? I think it's just like today. We're all slaves now. Damn, they about to land on the roof. Um,
But that's the thing
choosing to
though.
be a slave.
That's the thing though. People keep throwing rocks at the wall, right?
Uh,
Or people keep throwing rocks at the glass house,
though,
right? While they're inside of their house, right? And not expect, right, the house to crumble on them and cut them, right? So, what I'm saying is this: when we're talking about slavery, right? People know that slavery started with the Black Code that was published by the Pope, right? We can
did you
talk
say the
about
black Pope?
the Black Code,
Oh. Thought you said
right?
black Pope.
No, the Black Code. Right? Well, it was. published by a black pope. But I'm saying it was published by the pope because the pope, right, speak for all, right, religion for the whole world, right? The whole world is abide by the pope, right? We can talk about these things now because the pope, basically, they dethrone himself, right? After the death, I forgot who, right? So what I'm saying is that when he published, the black code, right? So you had non-blacks, right, that went around the world, right, and enslaving blacks, right? Now, what the term slave, right? Uh, people can go and say, all right, it don't mean that, it don't mean this, it don't mean that, but like you just said, today we still slaves, right? So we can keep, throwing things at the wall, right, or at the glass house, right? But it's only going to fall on on you because you're standing, inside of their house. Because at the end of the day,
We
we
need to burn that bitch down.
it's a glass house. How you gonna burn a glass house?
There's got to be something in there that's burnable. But no, we need a bulldozer it.
Well, before you can even deal with the house, you have to get out, right?
Yeah.
And here come the movie Get Out. Nobody want to get out, but everybody want to tear it down.
Isn't that wild when you think about it? Because you're going to have to get out anyway after you tear it down.
And I think 9 times out of 10, if you get out, right, you will find out that you won't even have to tear it down. It will crumble on its own.
The glass house.
So we go ahead, man. We go ahead and repeat things, right, that other people are repeating, right? Never, you know, saying things, of our own that's coming from our heart, right? That's coming from our own mind. We just repeating things other people saying. Oh, I'm not black, right? What does that mean? You're not black,
I don't know. I'm not a
right?
color.
Because that's when people don't know when they say they're not black. That's a code, right? Just like Latino is a code. That's basically saying I'm not black.
Latino. What's a Latino? Hmm. I wonder if.
And that's why they call this place Latin America, right? Before they invaded it, right? Just like, right, before they invade any country, they will have to label the country as terrorists, right?
Of course, they always do that.
Exactly.
Now, the
So that's
Mexican mafia is terrorists after they labeled Muslims terrorists. And I think that was an attack against the 5% nation. That's my opinion. Because after 9/11, even Wu Tang was under investigation, and I wonder why. They say it was for drugs, but it could have been more than that. But anyway, what were you going to say, Naga?
no. I was just talking about where the slavery, where it all started, right? The origin of it here in America, right? Is when they call, right, this
I
place
think
Latin America, right? and then they invade this
They
place
even come
after.
from Slav though too. The white
That
people
again?
were the Slavs, or so-called white people. The Europeans, like German, uh, maybe Russian too, but German, Polish, stuff like that, were the Slavitos.
Yeah, and they're the one that invaded this place, right? And turned it into slaves, right? Because that's what they are. They're slaves. They're Slavic people, right? They was authorized to do so, right? By the publishing of the black. I mean, by the publishing of the black code that was authorized by the Pope, right? In Europe. Remember, they came from Europe, so the Pope in Europe, right, authorized the publishing for them to come here, right, and do what they did and continue to do so, right, because we are allowing them to do it, right. Now they don't even have to do it; they can just sit back and watch us do it to each other. Nigga, you not black.
Um, I think they they told people, they promised them, a lot of Europeans, certain things, but the real agenda at hand, they weren't told. They didn't find out till it was too late. Like my gramp said,
Now
um,
why did
they
now why
sold
did they
everything they had to come here, and then when they came here, it was everyone for theirself. But anyway,
now why did they come here and do that? And now why did the Pope authorize them to do that? Right? Because the Pope believed that he was God on earth,
huh,
right?
uh,
And
he
these
is
people, and here come these people claim that they are the chosen people of God, right?
uh,
Right?
the chosen ones again.
Yes,
Oh
we
man,
we are all right. So why is there is a parallel that exists, in the Bible between between the names in the Bible?
we are the chosen, all of us. But people take that and they put it to certain groups
It's not all of us here in America. You mean all of us here in America?
in the world. All of
No,
God's people.
no,
Let me guess. White people aren't chosen.
no. Well, yeah, not white
Ah,
not white as in skin color, but white as as in political status.
okay.
Just like black, the black I'm talking about, right? The black code that they came about, right, was a political, right? Uh, 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 uh was a political, uh, 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 what you call it? That when they, like when they basically, was chasing the Moors around the world. What they call that?
Um,
It's kind of
I
like
don't know.
it's kind of like a execution, right? But it was it was politic, politically. I mean, it
What
was
did they have
political.
warrants out for them? Were they hunting them down? That's what you're
Yeah, but
talking about.
yeah. So it's like a warrant,
Yeah.
right? That's what I'm saying, right? So the black code is like a warrant, right? And when the Pope authorized it and published it, these people from Europe they came here, right, and basically arrest us, right, aka prisoners of wars, right, put us in captive, right, and I'm telling you they did that, right, because we claim that we are the chosen people of God, right? What God,
we
God
are.
of the universe. Hold on, God of the universe that created, the heaven and the earth, right? But the Pope, right? He basically, in Europe, right? He declared himself, right, to have domination over the world. So he gotta conquer these people, right? That's saying
mentally
that,
we conquered them. But yeah, that Pope's full of shit. But go ahead, my bad.
yeah. So I'm saying that these people are it's not the whole world, right? That was chosen, right? To basically bring the light into the world to let the world know that that we're not you know we are blacks, right? That's our nationality, right? We are the basically we all are children of God, right? That's where we are the children of God, but we all wasn't chosen, right, to bring us to that, to that understanding, to this enlightenment.
I'm a fucking the demon, a fucking devil. That's what they told
And
me.
and 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 I can prove that, right? Because when you look at the Bible, all the people named in the Bible, right, resemble the people in Haiti or the people in the Caribbean. Mark, right? John Baptiste, Pierre, right? Peter,
Charles,
Joseph, right?
what's going on here?
Paul.
Bro,
These are Haitians' names, right?
you ever notice how in the Bible a lot of these fuckers got L in their name? L, Michael, fucking Danielle, on and on. There's a lot of them. But anyway, I don't think that matters.
Yes, it do matter. It do matter because you know, these people, God is Elohim. So therefore, since they are His children, so they carry His name.
I used to be mad my name's not in the Bible. Charles, Charel, Charel. What's up, Joe King? Oh shit. Chuck Norris is in the house.
People can't say I'm not spitting facts, bro. Right? Because you cannot tell me, bro, like that these names in the Bible is not common, right? Only in the Caribbean, right? There is nobody named in the Bible Keyshawn, right?
Cliche.
There is
Oh,
nobody named in the Bible Kareem, right? There is
yeah.
nobody named in the Bible Washington, right?
Yeah. The Bible's fishy, man. I think it was written for a certain how could I put it? It's not written for the whole world, man. That Bible was written for a certain like type of family or area. It wasn't written for the entire world. That's where because what made me realize that at a young age when in Genesis when Cain and Abel went to marry women, I was like, hold on. I asked my mom, I thought Adam and Eve was the beginning of everything. And then all of a sudden there's more women. Where'd they come from? And that point on, I knew that the Bible isn't written for every single person. That's a certain genetic bloodline. That has nothing to do with me. I know that. But
Bro, that's not what
there
I'm
are
trying to
some
say.
there are some stuff you can learn from the Bible, but yeah, the
Hey,
Bible's not meant for everyone. That's just there's a certain families in that Bible.
bro, that's not what I'm trying to convey. What I'm trying to convey that is written by a certain family, by a certain group of
There you
people
go.
that
That's
was
what I'm
chosen.
saying.
But 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 it is for the whole world because
Wow.
it is this family is the light of the world, right? So therefore, right, that piece or work, right, of truth was written, right, for the world.
In
It
Haiti,
wasn't
is
for
your mom
them.
a Jehovah Witness?
Say that again.
In Haiti, is there a lot of Jehovah Witnesses?
Of course.
Because I used to, I had family friends that were in there, and me and my mother went to Kingdom Hall. Man, them places have no windows. But anyway, that's besides the point. Fucking those people conquered a lot of the world. Jehovah Witnesses. What are they witnessing with Jehovah?
Uh, he's light, he's truth, right? Uh, basically.
I'm not trying to be funny because I've studied with Jehovah Witnesses, and some of their stuff, like with the holidays, I used to clown them for that. But in reality, these holidays were created by a certain, like they blame anyway. Holidays are for certain. How could I put it, man? They're fraud. These holidays.
Well, they're not fraud, man, because these holidays exist, right, inside of the Israelite kingdom, right? And the Israelites supposed to go out in the world and establish, right, these holidays, right, and establish, right,
And
and
you're right. They're fraud
basically
for me. I should
hold
have
on,
said it that way.
and give them the good news, right? So they can establish it. But because, right, the Israelite is being persecuted, that's the word I was looking for, earlier with the black
Oh,
code. The
okay.
black code is basically a persecution. This is why the people that claim to be black is being persecuted all over the world. This is why in the Black Law Dictionary, right, black mean evil.
Really think that there people are killing each other over fucking skin tone?
No, I just told you, black is not a skin tone. It's not dealing with a skin complexion. It's dealing
Well,
with a political status.
yeah, that's true. But either way, to me, that's I don't know. People are so
A black person can either be melanated, right, or a Caucasian.
yeah.
I told
Jews say
you,
they're
I
gonna
told you if
eradicate white people. That's what Jews said.
I'm
They're gonna
that again.
eradicate white people. The Jews, they said their enemies like Germans and Polish and all that. Their goal is to eradicate us, like genocide us. That's what Dr. Finkelstein said.
Look, I told you in Haiti there is Germans, there is Jews, right? Jewish people in Haiti. Is Germans in Haiti, is Italian in Haiti, is French people in Haiti. But they are not identifying as white. They are identifying as black.
Haitian.
So black is
Yeah.
not. So black don't really have anything to do with the skin complexion.
Whoa.
If a white, if a so-called white German, right, can be a black Haitian, right? How is that? How is black a skin color, right?
I don't think it is, but it's just
That's
a
why
label.
people. That's why people can't see the persecution of that. That's against the black because they look at it like, dang, you mean to tell me that they hate you because of your skin color? You mean to tell me they're doing that? You think they do? No, it's not about a skin color. It's about a whole political, you know, uh, 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 status, right? That's basically encompasses your nationality.
As I've noticed, there is something going on to the point where, like, look at Africa, how they conquered the tribes over there and slaughtered all the fucking animals. Well, a lot of tribes were backed into a corner because they starve these fucking people and they take their land for resources. Like, I don't know. I see this all over the realm too. And look at the Amazon. They're doing the same thing they probably did with Africa when Africa had a jungle where it's desert now. I don't know, man. I feel like
The
we either fight
Africans,
back or we're fucked, man. We either fight back and stomp these roaches out, which would be very hard. I'm not going to say it'd be an easy fight because, sad to say, they got losers that'll back them. And they have a lot of weaponry. But other than that, I want to hear some solutions to where we don't have to resort to kicking skulls in.
what you mean fight, bro? There is no fight, bro. Ain't nobody else, bro. Right now, bro. If you go out, bro, and trying to fight, bro, that's your ass, bro. You gonna end up right. You're gonna end up just like their ass. Cause at the end of the day, right, the planet is already dealing with them. You got hurricane,
That's funny.
you got hurricane that's gonna be coming all over the world. Remember, the Bible told you at the end of time they're gonna be hurricane, they're gonna be earthquake, they're
Yeah,
gonna
the
be nation
government
rising.
are
Hold on,
creating them.
it's gonna be it's going. Yes, we're creating them. Not they, right? They don't know what to do. We're creating them. The people of the Bible, right?
Come up here, Joe. You got time? My bad. Go ahead, Ron. Go.
The people of the Bible is creating it, right? Is the one, right? That's basically, right, in alignment with nature, right? We're in alignment with the creator, which is life, right? That create all things, right? That give life to all things on this planet, right? So this is what basically, right, is going on. The Bible told you, right, they're gonna be hurricane, they're gonna be earthquake, it's gonna be nation rising against other nation, right? It's gonna be people, coming in suicide, don't know what to do, right? Well, it started, right? It's been like over, probably over 20 Haitians that's already committed suicide, right? It's been happening, right? And it's going to keep going, right? With this thing going on, right? With more wars rising, with all this hurricane, right, coming, all these natural disaster coming in, people are going to start, killing themselves more and more because they're not prepared, they're not ready for that. They didn't do the work. They don't know how to survive in this type of environment. So they're gonna feel like, it's easier for them not to exist. This is revelation. This is the reveal of a nation where one nation is falling and another one is rising.
The only reason those books are correct is because that are the very people that wrote those books are the very people playing it out to where people think, excuse me, that Mother Earth is changing the weather when it's the technology. People are so blind, they don't even realize these storms started to get stronger as soon as all these towers were put up. Like, these revelations is going to play out because the government is the one who wrote the Bible a long time ago.
Which government? You think that like the world government wrote the Bible?
The families that are in the elite,
That
or
that's
I
what
mean,
those that's running the world right now.
yep, they're
I
going to
think you
play
in error.
revelations out.
I
Huh?
think you in error. You in error, my brother, because they
Oh,
are
what?
falling right now. They're falling, and right now, in people in front of your face, another nation is rising.
I know.
And you think it's them that's rising, but they're falling. They're truly falling, brother.
Mhm.
Look
We'll
at look
see.
at look at look at what they're doing in the White House.
I have to be honest, if they fall, they fall.
Look at what they're doing in the White House.
Fuck that house. They fucked
If you,
that house up.
what are they building in the White House?
I don't even know. Let's find out.
They building
What
a
is
balloon room.
Huh.
They building a debate room in the White House. That's how you know they're falling.
For what? For the whole one world. It's
No,
gonna
that's how you
be
know that. Hold on, that's how you know they're falling, right? That's how falling out happen, right? When people start to get debating
So
to
who's
to
falling? Just
debate.
America. That's what you're saying? Are you
Say that
saying the
again.
whole world's falling?
Yes, the whole world is falling, and and you know, the chosen people, right, is rising. The Israelite is coming back together. They're gathering back, right? If you pay attention right now, right, to the Haitian media, to the Haitian youth, there is a calling for all Haitians to return home to the capital.
Israel becomes the well, kind of could say the other power now behind the
You hear
curtain,
what I'm
but
saying?
if Israel, if if fucking Israel becomes the superpower of the world, there's some evil motherfuckers. I'll tell you that.
Now it is gonna be the
That would be
superpower of the world, but it's
that
not
would
the
be
Israel you know.
we're fucked in that case.
It's not the Israel you know. That's why we're not fucked. Because the Israel you know, right? They say that they, they Israelites, right? They say that, they the Jews, right? But they pray to the devil in
I
the
don't know about
synagogue.
any of that. I don't need a label or a religion to make me who I am.
No, that's
That's
not
just
what
how
I'm
I
saying.
feel.
That's not what I'm saying, bro. You just said if these people, right, become the superpower of the world, who these
They
people,
really are
right?
for the most part.
Okay, so hold on. We're talking about a certain group of people that call themselves Israelites,
Didn't
right
you
or
say in
wrong.
the Bible Israel is going to become? um, I know Jesus has to do with Israel, and that's odd to me because the Jews don't like Jesus. They call Christians goyim and shit. Isn't that weird? So how? Why would Jesus return there?
That's what I'm trying to let you know. They call themselves Israelites and Jews, but they really worship, in the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah,
So, so
Saturn
therefore,
Cube.
so therefore, that prophecy couldn't be about them. That's what I'm telling you. That yeah,
Christians worship the
Israelite.
same God though, because
Say that again.
Christians worship Saturn too. They all these religions do. That's why
No,
Satan's a shapeshifter because he
no,
is all the religions. Yeah.
no. Saturn is not the devil. The devil is a man. The devil is a man masking himself, right, right, with super power abilities that he doesn't possess. That's
Now,
why they say the devil is a liar.
Craig said the Jews made up Christianity. What up, True Zone? Pseudo zones in the building. No, I'm joking.
I don't think you hear what I'm saying, Charles. I really don't think you do, bro. The devil is a man. The devil is not some type of supernatural
The devil
being.
is many men. I
No, the
think the
devil.
devil is a mind state of those seven deadly sins that they say. Because them seven deadly sins that you bring upon yourself is self destruction. You eat too much, right? Anyway, people know the seven deadly sins.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, that's why the devil is a liar. Because he wants you to believe he has superpower ability, but the devil is just a regular man, right?
Devil is a coward.
So that's why he is a liar because he's not he she it's not something with superpower ability, right? It's just a regular flesh, just like you, right? crawling on its belly in the ground and its lowest when it comes to earth, right? When it comes to life, right? Is the lowest, right? Life form, right? That's what the devil is, right? But it masks itself, right, to have superpower ability, right, to manipulate you. And as long
That's
as you know
what
all
that's
of
what
that,
religions are used for, man, to manipulate people's minds, and they use it totally wrong. I think anything spiritual is supposed to be personal and kept between you and
no,
whatever the
anything
freaking whatever is going on in your mind.
anything spiritual is general, is public. This is why, right? People can't fuck around in spirituality because you can't hide nothing. It's crystal clear, right? Everybody can see what you're doing that have a spiritual eyes, right? And they'll mark you in the in the physical world, right? So is the is the public, right? Spirituality is the public, realm, right? I'm telling you, there is no you can't hide nothing. The same thing that right? Spiritually, right? I can go to the same place, right? And know the same thing and see the same thing. And that's why spirituality is the way to bring unity. And what do I mean by that? Spirituality is like the ocean. Spirituality is like the jungle. Spirituality is like the water, the rivers.
That's
Spirituality
a
is
good
like
one.
spirituality is like the sun, right? It's like the moon and the stars. That's what spirituality is. It's like the earth, nature. That's spiritual. That's spirituality.
The owl.
So when we're
Yo,
talking
owls
about
are awesome.
spirituality, it's
I
universal, right? It's universal, and that's why everybody that's in spirituality is a general. You heard me? They ain't no soldier. They're a general
a
because
warrior.
spirituality is universal.
A soldier follows orders. That's why I'm not a soldier.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody that's in spirituality, they're not a follower. They will tell you they don't have a God. They don't have, you know, anything above them. They are a general. You think a river have a source? No, the river is
It's
the
all
source.
connected.
No, the river
Water's
is the
everywhere
source,
too.
right? You
Water's
think
the
the ocean
sword.
have a you think the ocean have a source? No, the ocean is the source, right?
Uh, maybe people forget in their book, the Bible, basic indoctrination before leaving Earth. No, I'm joking,
Listen,
but
listen.
the
This is the
Bible
blind.
says the water came from underneath
This is the blind
and
man
above.
gospel, Charles. You heard?
Huh?
This is the blind man gospel. The way I'm breaking it in the truth down, right? Or the way I'm able to pointing out truth, right? In your natural book, in your living book, right? Because everything I'm pointing out pertaining to life.
The book of Naga.
No, the book is life. It's the book of life, and I'm just pointing out what's written in the book.
Oh, you're talking about the book of life.
Mm-mm. I'm not thinking about the book of life. You're thinking I'm talking about. I'm talking about the truth, right? That I just go and pull out the Bible and point out, right? Like how it basically revealed truth, right? Contrary to how people you know, hiding the truth, right? You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So again, going back to my thing, the Bible is a Haitian book. When people say that the Bible is an astrology book, the Bible is a uh, numerological book. The Bible
That
is is this book.
all
No,
that.
the
It's
Bible is a
however
Haitian.
you see it. That's how I
The,
look at it.
the Bible is a Haitian book. This is why the name of the people in the Bible is Haitian names. Go look it up. Go look it up. That people name in the Bible is Haitians common names.
I know. I know some of the Bible. I'm not a master at it, but the Bible likes to repeat itself. It's like a form of hypnosis and shit.
The Bible doesn't repeat itself. The Bible basically move
It,
like a
it tells
slinky.
you. It
The
tells
Bible,
you from it's like the same stuff they talk about, but from a different perspective.
the Bible is like a slinky.
Mhm.
It's like a spiral, right? So if you're looking at it, right, from one end, right, you would think, right, it's the same thing over and over, right? But if you like look at it from the middle, right, you can see, right, how it's basically, an infinite amount of things that's entangled into each other. That's connected. So basically, the Bible is showing you in words, right, how the heaven is connected to the earth, right? How the slinky is showing you how the first circle is connected to this other circle, like my avatar is showing you, like how the X is showing you that both pyramids is connected to each other. So there is no separation, right, between the heaven and the earth, right? Because God is the mediator. That's why he sent his son, which is himself, right? His lower self, right? I know people don't get what I'm saying. It's okay. What the chat talking
I
about?
get it.
But yeah, that's the blind man gospel, because the blind man is Jesus, right? He was born blind, right? Not because of the sin of himself or the sins of his parents, right? Because the work
Maybe
of
we're all
God,
born dumb. We're all
because
born dumb, deaf, and blind, right? We don't know what sound is when we're born at first. We don't, we're blind. We don't know what the hell we're looking at. And
yes, he was made that way so the work of God can made
so it
manifest
could
in you.
mold you. You got to be molded in life. That's why you have parents. But I heard the word parent means when they sign that birth certificate, you don't belong to the parents. I forgot what this guy said. It made a lot of sense, but yeah, this system is wicked. There's some wicked stuff in the system. I think that's why it's called a system, because it's a cyst, like an infection.
In your
Yeah.
natural state, you don't have parents. You have guidance, right?
Guardian?
This is why after a while, after they guide you for a while, right? It's time to let you go, right? Because you know enough now. You know now how to guide yourself, right? Because you become yourself, right? You know thyself, right? So since you know thyself, right? you're able to guide yourself, so they let you go, right? But they're not, your creator. They're not, your God. They're not your nothing, right? Because you only have one God, one Father, that's in heaven, which is even, right? Which is equal to you.
But you are God in this realm, heaven. You're connected to the source at all times.
No, in this realm, you're a child of God, and you and God is one.
In this realm, you're just a dust that came out of a fart. You're here and gone quick. And I personally think these fuckers use oscillators and all types of stuff to slow down the process of aging and stuff. I think these fuckers live 300-400 years. My personal opinion here.
Well, I think the Israelite live forever, right? Because life is forever, right? And the one that, that knows, right, that life is their father, right? And one and their father is one, right? Is basically, right, one with their father, right? So if their father is forever, one is also forever, right? So therefore, you will follow the natural law of life, right? You will follow the universal law of life, what life commanded you to do.
Something, I don't know. I know when I'm thinking about stuff and I'm asking questions, figuring shit out, connecting with my inner mind, it sure guides me and gives me some great answers when I'm figuring stuff out.
How can you put anything past life, right? When everything that you ever known, right, is because of life, right? If it wasn't for life, you wouldn't even know that you exist. Now, would you?
Nope. As far as I know, definitely not.
So how can we put anything past life and not taking away from life? And this is why, right? This is why when we build a habit of taking things away from life, right, we end up taking ourselves away from life. We called it passing away, right? You end up passing away. When you take away from life, aka yourself, right? You end up passing away. You end up removing yourself from life
All right. Exiting the game.
because you are the game, but you think you're the player. So you're trying to take the player out of the game.
It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in your mouth.
So
I don't
people
know.
people want to talk about God. People want to talk about Jesus. People want to talk about that. But Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Right?
When did
No
you
one
start
come
going
to
to
the
church?
Father but except through me.
What do you think
That's
about
life.
religion?
So if
Uh,
Jesus, so if Jesus if what Jesus said is true, right? Meaning that if it's the life, right, that was speaking through Jesus, right, that was saying that, right, you cannot get any further, right, in life, right, without following my rules, because I am the one, right, that's allowing you to get further. If you want to get further in life, life is the one that's allowing you to get further. So,
Further
how can you
how?
get further without following its rule? I don't think people get that. These are the things that you have to like pause on, right? And just think about it. Like, damn,
That's dope.
what you mean?
Scott said he sold everything, moved into his van, and left the game in 2022. Um, uh-oh. Uh, right when I went to let Joe King up, he left. Um,
I
life
know he
would be
hearing me, man.
so
He
much
hearing me.
better to live
I know he hearing the
if,
blind man gospel. You want to tap in?
if, if the system almost like fucks your life up in a way. When I look, when I look back in this so-called life, people were more, they had more freedom. It seems like people had land, they didn't have to pay no city for it. They just maintained it and it was theirs. Now it seems like by the time we die, we ain't gonna be able to fart without these fuckers knowing. Probably right now they'll know when you actually they do. They got apps for people to record you when you're sleeping, so they do know when you fart.
Listen, that's only true because you eat from the tree of good and evil. And if you were born again, right, then you will never die. So you get to see it.
Who's Scott? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, shit. That to me, that's besides the police pulling you over and demanding a fucking ID, like cops are fucking. They should have this. They're fucking cops are revenue pirates for sure. They'll be like, they just make shit up. They think they could just do whatever they want. And yeah, the police thing in this country ever since they militarized the police. Um
They used to, bro. They used to be able to do whatever they wanted to do, but because the Pope is being demilitarized, right? Because the Pope is, basically, remove himself, dethrone himself, right? So they don't have the authority to do whatever they want. This is why, right? When you basically challenge them, right? You can win, right? You can win, but
you got money you could win. You could pay anyone. The judge, man,
nah.
look.
If you know the true living word, right? If you know the true living word of God, you will win. You can win, right? With just the word, because right now the word is in effect, right? The word is in effect right now. So I'm telling you, they don't have a general. They don't have, right? Nobody. They don't have no authority. right? So right now, the word is about right to manifest itself in the flesh. This is why they're getting ready to come out, with the Antichrist, with their technology. But they don't have no authority for that. It's because they don't have no authority. This is why
The
they're trying to come up
Antichrist,
with a hold on,
anti-life.
hold on right quick. It's because they don't have no authority. This is why they're trying to come up with the Antichrist to make it look like they have some type of authority, but the Antichrist was the Pope,
It's
right?
for your
The
safety.
the Pope was the Antichrist. And since the Pope, right, dethroned himself, right, they militarized himself, so they don't have no authority. So they're trying to create some type of Antichrist to make it look like they have authority to do what they're doing, but they don't. I'm telling you. If you know the true living word, right, you will win all the time, every time. This is the blinding gospel, y'all.
So you could be the blind man, and I'll be the deaf man. We need a
To
dumb.
me, to me, is one and the same, right? To me, is one and the same because, right, if you're blind, you're dead, right? You're basically dead, right, to the things people are saying to you, right? And your ears, right? Everything people are saying is basically dead to you. And that's the world, right? So you a dead man walking in the world.
Huh.
To the world, you're dead, right? But to you, right, you are living, right? You're the only one living in the world, right? Nothing come, right, to life but except through you.
Blind Man Ministries.
It's the blind man gospel. The ministry is Naga, the Naga Genies ministry, right?
It's got a ring to it. God and his 12 liars. I mean, Jesus. Yo, am I? Okay, I was bugging. Jesus Christ. Yo, have you seen the thing on Jesus? When he was on the cross and the lady was selling Jesus t-shirts in the painting? I shit you not, man. Let me see if I can find a picture. They always got a mountain next to him too when he's curing people. Makes me wonder if the top of a mountain, the tip of a mountain probably has some serious energy coming out of it.
Of course, just like the tip of a pyramid, just like the tip of a tree, right? The peak.
Jesus is healing people. There's always a pyramid behind him. And he always goes to the top of a mountain to talk to God too. These are things I pay attention to. And it's the tip of a pyramid is letting out some serious energy. Look,
You have to understand the tip of anything, on the tip of anything, there is a vortex, right? Meaning that the wind, right? The wind or all the energy around that tip, right, create a vortex, right?
I got an
Or or
idea.
or it create uh basically uh when water going down the drain, right? So it create that upwardly, right? So like you see like how the people going around that tip of the mountain, so that will create some type of that same type of energy, that going down the drain, but it going upwardly. So the energy of these people, right? Basically, they use the tip of the pyramid to send the energy upwardly, right?
And look at the water. We know in mountains there's like some real good mineral water deep in under these some of these formations.
But hold on though, look though, listen, this. Let me just explain what's going on in like 2 minutes, so y'all could see, right? So the tip of the pyramid, right, or the mountain in the middle of these people is like putting a spoon, right? It's like putting a stick in a pot, right? You're putting a stick in a pot and you're stirring it, right? So that's what's going on upwardly, right? So these people going around the pyramid, right, is the pot, right? Because the energy, right, is mixing. So the tip of the pyramid is the spoon that mixing the energy, right? Let's say one of them is water sign, the other one is fire sign, the other one is water sign, is earth sign, right? So now the tip of the pyramid is mixing the energy together, right? And it's sending it upwardly, right? And sharing it equally amongst them, right? Like the witches do, right? When they mix their magic, right? And they share it, each one of them take a potion. Does that make
Top
sense? I don't know. Did you hear what I
shit,
was saying,
Jesus
Josh?
he was a carpenter and he was the master of alchemy. People think well, and witch's brew too. There's many. Look up witch's brew. There's many different types of a witch's brew. When you're making medicine, that's a witch's brew.
Did what I
Anyway, I
said make
get what
sense,
you're
bro?
saying, Naga.
Say that again.
I get what you're saying, but I just wanted to point that out in a lot of these pictures with the pyramid or the mountain in the background, except for this one.
Yeah,
And these
man. I'm
people
telling
seem
you.
to conversate a lot in the background while he's healing people always. You notice that? And these paintings are always conversating.
Yeah, they use a pyramid because I'm telling you, it's like if you
He
work
was a
in if you
mason, Jesus. Look at the floor. I just had to point that out.
if you work in construction, right? When you use certain material to dig a hole, right? It got a shape, right? Like how the mountain shape, it gotta have a triangle shape. It gotta have like a pointing shape to it, right? When you dig in a hole, right? So when and the steering, right, the spinning, right, of the pointing, right, able you to dig the hole. So I'm telling you, so they're able to use, right, to to go use, to stay around or go around the pyramid and use the energy to dig a hole in the ether, right, to send a message on the other side. Now, other side of what? The other side of the atmosphere. It's not the other side of the fucking planet, what we call Earth. No, it's like sending a message, to people in America. Like if people in America is doing the same shit and people in Haiti is doing the same shit, right? So we opening a portal so we can send message to each other. So whatever you thinking in Haiti, I could be thinking about the same shit. This is why these people have lodges, right? All over the place and they do the same ritual in all these lodges. So they basically have the same type of thinking. So they're creating their own thought greed, right? With these things. Mental thought greed. So people that basically go to these buildings that participate in these rituals, they think about the same thing because they doing the same. They sending each other the same type of message across the grid that they create.
Look at this
What
supremeness. What's up, Joe?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
What's going on, bro?
What's up? Listening to Naga spit some interesting stuff for sure, man.
Yeah, man. I thought you heard the blind man, gospel, man, and that's why you want to
I'm
tap
gonna
in right
create
quick.
Naga a thing. I'm gonna make Naga the Blind Man Ministries.
Nah, bro, I told you it's the
No, the Blind
Nagarjuni's
Man
ministry.
Gospel from
Yeah,
the ministries of Naga.
yeah, the Nagarjuni's ministry.
Well, check this out. You said that the Bible's a Haitian book, and that's interesting, because I have only been kind of looking at it for a few years. Didn't grow up with any type of spirituality, but there are a lot of interesting things in the history of Haiti and stuff like that. But if you could expand on that, and what does that mean for you and your people, and what is it, you know what I mean? Who are you then? And if that was the case, and you think it was written, was it written there in Haiti? You know what I mean? Just like overall, it's kind of interesting concept to me.
Yeah, Haiti is Haiti is the capital, right, of this continent, right? And this continent is an empire, right? So we have these Europeans, right, that came here, right, because like I was telling Charles, it was authorized by the Pope. The Black Code, right, is a persecution, right? That was authorized by the Pope, right, in Europe, right, to persecute, right, the children, right, of of God, right, the Israelite, right, which is here in America, right. So they take our, they persecute us, they take all our holy books, right, or our sacred texts, right, and they burn our libraries, right. And then they had they had laws, right, they passed laws, right, to basically uh prevent us, from talking, from speaking, right, our truth, right, which is the word of God.
That's fascinating. And it is maybe the idea they Europeans could only conquer half the island and rename it and stuff like that, and also similar things in other parts of the world, like with the Ainu people off the coast of Japan, or the Tibetans there with China and India pushing on them. Those a lot of older civilizations or older people and ideas seem to get conquered and erased basically.
Well, my people were never conquered and erased,
Mm-hmm.
right. It's still some of my people died, in battle, right. And it's true some of my people die in these diseases, right, mental issues, right. But my people never erase. We're still here, right, throughout all the Americas, right, and we're still here throughout all the Caribbean, right, and we still, right, know our truth, right. And and around this time, which is Revelation, right, we are coming together slowly but surely, right. And as the world nation is falling, we are rising.
Mm-hmm. That's fascinating. It really is.
Look at this. It's hard to see, but in between the trees, those decorations on the house is wild. I don't know if those are chimneys
Oh
and
yeah,
those are
those are
like
sick.
covering to them.
And now we build boxes, man. And that thing goes down too on the right side. You can see how it goes down.
Yeah, it's in Hartford somewhere. Hmm.
And those trees are way younger than that building, tell you right now.
Yep.
Yeah, most of these
Man.
places, these people have building like that, like churches like that. We had pyramids,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Everywhere.
We had pyramids in these areas, right? Because, like I said, these pyramids, is a circle shape, right? That's basically allow the people, right, that coming in there, right, to send messages, right, to the people that's going in other pyramids, right? So basically, the pyramids, transmit energy to each other, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
people that do ritual in these pyramids, they're able to basically transmit their frequency to each other, right? So you could be thinking about, right, uh uh going live, right, and I'll be thinking about, right, and I'll be getting ready to go, to come to to Charles live without him telling me that he's going live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm already getting the message, the thought that, oh yeah, Charles about to go live. So yeah, I can't do this. I gotta do that. I gotta get ready. Let me get my things ready, because I'm finna go live with Charles. He don't gotta tell me that. We thinking about the same thing.
Right. That's an efficient way to communicate. Whereas we use wires and all this crap that, seems like it is the right way to do it, but it's not. It's clumsy and shitty, compared to how it used to be.
Yeah, and with this type of reverse technology, right? You all doing the same thing, but you're not aware that that you're sending
Mm-hmm.
your thoughts, right, to these people that's going to the same type of building, right? You don't know that they're using your energy, they're using your thoughts, right? So now you're thinking about something, you're planning on doing it, and all of a sudden now you're looking at it, this thing is being published. You're like, man, what the
Right.
fuck? I was just thinking about this shit.
Right. And I think that's deep inside of us, all that knowledge. That's why we get these epiphanies like, oh, yeah, no shit. That's how we can just communicate, I think it's been suppressed. I think we're much better and smarter, than we're the hogs in the pen, we're not the boars out there with the tusks, but you can grow them back, you can learn all this stuff again.
Yeah. As soon as you're in Walmart, you're thinking about, oh yeah, when I get to the house, oh, I'm finna do this, I'm finna save my money, I'm finna do this. It's crazy. Oh damn, I'm finna do that. You was thinking about this shit when you was at Walmart, right? The whole time you was at Walmart, you thought this shit through, right? And you
Right.
went home thinking about this whole shit, right? And you plan on doing it 2 months later, right? Or 2 weeks later, and you see somebody doing the same shit. You're like, man, what the fuck? Like,
Yep.
that shit is crazy.
It is, man. It is.
And it's somebody mainstream doing it. It's not like somebody close to you for you to say that, oh yeah, they stealing my idea. It might be happening like that, right? But if you somebody, that's really of value, that's really tapped in, most of your shit gonna be mainstream.
Look at
Yep.
this beauty, man.
That's
Why
bad,
does it
bro.
look like that? Is it the camera? It looks weird, especially at the top. Something ain't right about this picture.
And some of those big
It's almost
old blocks, like in New York, they're like at an angle, that there's famous one in New York and other places. They built from one corner and out, just a whole, just blocks and blocks.
That's how
there's one in
that's
the
how
movie John Wick. There's that building on the corner in that movie. I love that building they use.
That's what I'm trying to tell you with the pyramids. Yeah, the pyramid have these sides or these edges for a reason because all around the pyramids is going to able to split that energy and and stir it up, right? So with the way these
Like this.
building shapes have these four corners,
Fuck that
so
pyramid.
on any I'm talking about
This.
this building. So the way these
This
building
to me,
shaped,
this is better than the pyramid. This architecture. Whoever built this, I don't believe their Wikipedia nonsense, but whoever built this or people who came together to build this are fucking master. Fucking supreme architecture.
to
If
me
it if
is
it
the same thing. It got a point. It come the head, the top come to a 0 point, right? And the foundation, right, have
Yeah, it is.
multiple corners.
It's based on a pyramid. I know what you mean.
if it's a giant circuit board, I think the pyramids are like the relays and the transformers and the the main points in between, the connections of all it.
What about the stars? They're vibrating like sololuminescence is creating light with frequencies. So are the motherboards, somehow pulling from the ether too?
Yeah, man, something
Nah, man. I don't
mystery.
think I think
I
y'all
think
taking
as
it.
above, so below, they're working together to create this energy within here.
I think
I could be wrong.
y'all taking it deep into reverse technology. Deep into reverse technology. When we start talking about boards, when start talking about all these things, that's deep into reverse. Because you need all these, little pieces, to reverse, a simple thing, right? Which is the square and the compass. It's a simple science. So the square, when you go around the four corners, right? Basically, each corner going to split it. It's going to split the energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sword, right? So every time, every corner that you go, the energy is split. So it's a trap, basically, right? And the peak, right, is where the energy is where the energy go and spread itself like a water fountain.
Right.
Look
And
at this, Joe. It looks like it's sunk in the ground.
that was bad, dude. I love that. I like the big circle on the top there. A lot of buildings have that. Some kind of energy thing. And that thing goes way down. That ain't 3 stories, man. That's cool. Well, hey, I'm gonna listen offline. I'm gonna eat some breakfast, man. But just wanted to come in and say that was some good stuff you guys are talking about, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
thanks for coming up,
Salute, bro.
Joe.
Absolutely, fellas, man. I'll be around.
For sure. But yeah, I think this is what an altar is, Charles. Right? So all these buildings shaped like an altar. Put it up right now. A picture of an altar. Right? So people that have altar, they're able to channel people thoughts, right? Or they're able to channel spirits, right?
An altar, same
Yeah.
altar like people use to worship family members with pictures and they give them fruit and all that.
Ancestral altar. Look it up. It's shaped the same way. It's got the same triangular shape
Altar.
structure.
No, I probably spelled it wrong. Alter means to change or modify something, which that's exactly what an altar is doing. But
No,
as a
you
verb,
gotta type in worship.
as a
Worship.
noun.
Or
Oh,
ancestral altar or worshiping altar.
what if I put a O on it?
Oh, go ahead.
I put alter, ALTER. Uh, yeah. Oh wait, no. Oh, alter during the 20 year. Anyway, I know I had it right. Worship. Worship the warship. When you worship, you're literally on a warship for real. A worshipping altar. They give me a bunch of videos. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it. Huh? That's funny. Why would they give me a picture of this? Oh, An altar is
But
like an upside down pyramid too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying, right? Is is the thing, I'm saying is the same way, bro. When you stirring a pot, like, right? When you like the act of a witch stirring a pot, right? Is the same thing of the act of people going around the cube, or people going around a pyramid, or a mountain. It's the same thing. One, right, is facing down and one is facing up. So this is why the people that is doing it facing up, right, they claim, right, they're worshiping God, right? But the people that's doing it down, they claim these people are worshiping the devil. Because the real thing, the real way of doing it, right, is really, right,
Yeah,
facing
this. Look at.
down.
I'm gonna show
Because
the
the
altars
ground
they gave me.
because the ground is the real transmitter. People don't know that the ground is the real transmitter. In the ground, you have all type of material that's inside of your TV. They study the ground to make these things. All the things that inside of your phone, they study the ground to make these things. Everything that's inside of your computer, they study the ground to make these things, because the ground is a motherboard. So the ground is a transmitter, the ground is a receiver, right? And the ground is a you know, basically sand,
The ground is what's grounding this place.
telling you the ground is basically like a motherboard. So the real way, right, of doing, of communicate, right, is through the ground, right? Is through the ground, like the witches is doing. Look, pull up a picture of a witch is stirring a pot.
Look at this altar.
Like,
But
how
this
did
is the upside down pyramid right here.
like let me put it in a simple way, right, Charles? And then you go ahead, right? How did people know, right? It was time. How did people know that grandma had cooked, or grandma is cooking, right? It's not because people smelled the food, because some of the kids might be at work, some of the kids, right, might be at school. They're like, I can't wait to get home because I know grandma is cooking some good thing, right? How did they know it? Because grandma was stirring the pot. So when grandma is stirring the pot, something happened, right? People know that, damn. People start to feel hungry. People start to thinking about, like, when they get home, right? How they're going to, eat some good food. It's called magic. Because like I said, the ground, which is the earth, is the real transmitter. So, like I said, it's not because of the smell, right? But it's because grandma, right, is using natural remedy, right? Grandma is using love, right? Grandma is using harmony, right? When grandma is cooking, right? Grandma is being one with nature when grandma is cooking, right? So you get the message. But go ahead, my bad. You got it.
Huh.
Was that a good way to put it? Was that a good way to put it, Charles?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking for a witch stirring a pot. I have to get this one. They gave me terrible choices. Whoever built this place, man, I would love to see the inside. Marble, fucking the craziest fucking woodwork you've ever seen. The choices of a witch stirring the pot was pretty weak. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here in 20 minutes. At 2 hours.
You say that's pretty weak?
No, yeah, this picture. They gave me terrible choices.
Oh. But that's the same thing right there. You see,
The chat said that was a good way to put it. Naga.
the what?
Craig said, Naga, please explain what a Naga is.
A naga is basically, right, one, right?
He said
That
most people don't know. I just want to add that too. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I have my own explanation, for naga, right? And it might be a combination, right, or a selection of what people know what naga already is, right? But to me, in the simplest way, naga is one who is connected, right? Uh, is one who is connected, right? As above, so below, basically, right? Who's connected from the heaven, right? And it's not what people think that the heaven is. I'm not talking about like something outside of the earth, or you know a entity somewhere, a mysterious place. No, I'm talking about like the earth and the sky, right? Because we can look up and we can see the luminaries in the sky. We can look up at night. We can at night time we can see the stars, right? And we can see the rainbow. We can see other things. We can see, right, in the star. I mean in the sky, right? So I'm talking about one, right, who's connected, right, with that same thing that's going on in the sky. To me, that's a naga, because the same thing that's going on in the sky is the same thing that's going on the ground, right? So a naga is one who symbolizes that, right? Balance.
Good morning.
What's up, Max? Hold on. Damn it.
Just waking
I
up.
just erased one of my favorite fucking screensavers. Are gone.
Oh,
Ezekiel 122. The firmament was the color of crystal stretched over.
huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
A
Oh
little
yeah, my
bit.
bad. The whole time I was explaining what a naga is, but I was muted. What the hell? But I was trying to tell them, to me, I think, what I think a naga is a combination of what, people already know, or, it might be, a selection of what people already know. Which is, to me, in a nutshell, a naga is basically the cross, or the Christ, the Christ, right? That's
Hmm.
what a naga is. One who is connected as above, so below, eyes to the left, so to the right. That's the cross, or the Christ. Papa Legba.
Hmm.
Ba right? Uh, who's the Kafu, right? Some people might know it as the deity of the crossroad, right? To me, that's a naga.
Seen lots of sculptures of Nagas.
Say that again.
I've seen lots of sculptures of Nagas. Usually have 7 heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do they have this description of Daga as well in the Bible, though, right?
I don't think
The
so.
serpent, the dragon with how many? 7 head? Is that
Could
what
be.
it is in Hinduism?
Yeah, it could be the same one. 7 heads,
Right.
10 horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do have the exact same description.
Mm.
They say that's where you get the word from Naga. You get the word nigga, where the people couldn't say it or something. I heard that from Dane Calloway, but
Hmm.
I mean, in Hinduism, though, pretty much this entity or thing was as a guard or guarding somehow some kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in front of temples. Right.
Right.
A lot of people associate the 7 heads with the chakras. Inner nagus.
Yeah, I felt like, these, things like that, taken away from what Naga really is.
Hmm.
It's like I was talking to Charles earlier. It's a lot of description, a lot of title that we give, right,
Mm.
to things like, I mean, it's a lot of title, it's a lot of credit that we give to certain title like God, like spirit, right?
Right.
Like the soul, right? Like source and things like that. And I think, all these things are taken away from life because there is none of these things is beyond life, right? Without
So
receiving
now,
life.
if a person wanted enlightenment or maybe manifesting in the certain way, the really key is on the word of 72 name of God. And each of the words that they use on the 72 name of God is the beginning of manifestation to collapses into existence.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that is no
For
72 is really,
example, right? If you wanted to bring new beginning in the 72 name of God, you know what I mean? The word Vav He Vav is down there. If you wanted to bring miracles, can you believe in the 72 name of God that this is the word that Moses used when
so
Moses
again, bro,
separate the Red Sea?
I hear you though, but I'm saying all these things are taken away from the truth, right? 72 is really talking about nine, right? It's really talking about nine. Everybody know, right? Everything starts over after nine, right? When you said 10, right? You're really talking about one and zeros and one and zero, right? So when you say 72, you really say seven plus two, which is nine, right? They're feminine, right? They're mine, right?
Exactly
Which
my
is
point. But it's
you.
now, if you wanted to go that deep, then now we're talking about vibration. Now we're
No, that's
talking
not
about
even deep.
recitation of quantum mechanics, right? I mean,
That's not deep.
look,
That's
that
very
even in the
right.
72 name of God, the number 13 bring for prosperity. Do you know how to pronounce the word to bring prosperity in the 72 name of God? See,
See,
if you
that's
don't
the
know all
yeah,
of
but
these
look, that's the
things,
thing.
you're gonna have a hard time manifesting the what you really wanted to manifest or bring into existence.
How you gonna tell me I'm if I know how to do it, if I'm doing it, right? If I'm basically
Okay,
manifesting
so now I just
prosperity.
wanted to know: do you know the number 13 of the name of God to bring prosperity towards you?
No, it's really four. It's not
Exactly my point.
it's
See,
not
that
13.
is the thing. If according to John, and you have the background of Christianity, it states the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. We take a pause in a moment and look all around us, and everything is words.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And I'm using the word right now to to manifest prosperity. This is why this conversation is going the way it's going in a positive way, right?
Right.
This is prosperity, right?
So,
Yeah.
but the word
So when we
will
talk,
bring
so
prosperity
when we're talking
in the
about
name of
30,
God is here we go. I'll pronounce it to you. Yod
hold on, bro. Hold on, bro.
Sayin
Hold on,
Lamed.
right quick. Hold on, right quick, bro. Again,
Yod
again, you just went into
Sayin
13. You
Lamed.
just went, you just went into 13, right? But we's really right here in number 4. In the number 4, what did God created in the on the fourth day?
I forget.
Say that again.
Go ahead, my brother.
I don't remember what was created on the fourth day.
Man, right?
No, I don't think so.
No,
No.
God created man. I think on the sixth or the
Seventh
yeah
day.
on the sixth. God rests on the seventh
The
day.
fourth day, he probably created the trees or the land, allegedly. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute, though.
Yeah.
No, it was prosperity. It had to be about be fruitful, right, and multiply.
Sun, moon, and stars.
Mm.
Light for the earth as a server, and to serve as
On
markers.
the fourth day, the moon and the stars.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Right,
The
which
day
is
four is the sun, the moon, and the
which is
sun created to give light to the earth
so,
Oh,
and
cool.
mark
so
the days, season,
which is
and years, according to the
which is
understanding.
Time.
which is how you multiply. This is how you multiply, right? With a man and a woman, right? With a mind and a body
Mm.
is how you
Yeah, when
multiply.
the man and woman come
Right?
together, you
Right.
create
So
the
why did
Trinity.
so on the fourth day, why did God create it all of them at the same time, simultaneously? Because again, this is it don't have nothing to do with number 13. It has everything to do with number 4. Because God didn't get to number 13. Right, he rests on the seventh day.
This cat got people pulling him in a chariot. Yeah, that's wild. Pull my chariot. I would have
Leave
turned
alone.
around and kicked him off his chariot.
Oh.
So Boji, can you agree when people talking about, all these things, about God,
Yes,
they're
sir.
lying.
What do you mean?
When they get it into, these different numbers, right? 13, 12, right? 22, right?
Mm.
All and they're trying to, saying that, these things referring to God, they're lying because these are man made recreation.
Have to call it something.
I mean, now it's all about manifestation of what you want, though, my brother, but because the programming or the manifestation is happening within, we cannot hear it for you. We cannot see it for you. We cannot
That's what
experience
I
it for
thought.
you. The happening is always within. That's why, you know what I mean, on that 72 name of God, where it teaches how to collapse all of the things that you want into existence. You
So
could
answer this for
attract,
me.
you could bring, you could restore, you could heal, protection, all of these
So
things.
answer this for me. How does God have 72 names when he rests on the seventh day and did nothing on the eighth, and there was no mention of the eighth, the ninth, or 10th day or 72 days after. So how do
I
we
said
have seven?
the name of God. I didn't say the
Oh,
days.
man.
I said the name.
Right, but I'm
Name.
saying right. So how do we have the
God
72?
trusted the wrong authors to write these books.
How
Right.
do we have 72 names if
Yeah,
God
and
didn't
rewrite
create
them.
the number 72?
Saturn
God
don't
didn't
even look
create the
like
number
this, man, through a
72.
telescope.
You I feel like you overcomplicate things with the number. Now you were so focused on the number except manifesting. How about that's
You
why I
said you're
feel like
focused on the number and not the message.
not the message.
Yeah, but because it is the number, right? So let me ask you something. If if uh somebody give me
Okay,
water,
can I ask you
no,
real
no,
quick
no,
if you
hold
don't
on,
mind? Hold
right,
on.
right before you go, right before you go.
Go
If
ahead.
somebody give me water and a piece of trash, can I not say they give me trash water? You want me to look past the trash and be appreciative of the water that they gave me, even if they give me trash
Huh.
water?
I didn't get that analogy. Did you get that analogy, my brother? I
I don't
didn't.
know what you mean there, Nagus.
He
You
said
say you
if
don't
there's
know?
trash in this water, are you supposed to look past the trash and just appreciate
No,
the
no,
water that's there?
no. If I come to you, if I ask you for some water, right,
Hmm.
and you had a piece of trash in your house, right, and then you put the water in it and you gave it to me, right?
No,
Shouldn't I
he
say
left.
you give me? Shouldn't I say you
Still
give me
bound.
trash water?
He said, I'm out, man. Pew.
Shouldn't I say you give me trash water? Or should I just say you gave me some water? I asked you for some water, you gave me some water. Should I just say,
That's
hey
how
man,
we deal with the government, man. They poison our food, and we're just like, we just accept it, man. We gotta pick through the food and
Yeah.
find what isn't poisoned and shit.
so
Yeah,
you get what
fuck
I'm
it.
saying, right, Charles? You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
All right. You get what I'm saying too, right, Max?
Kinda.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying with with the numbers and God. With the numbers, right? God didn't create the number 72,
Look,
right?
look at
So
this
how
fucking
can I
shit.
so how can I accept the fact that God has 72 names if he didn't create the number 72? I'm saying it's the same thing by giving me water and
You
a
know
piece
why
of trash.
everyone sees
You're
God
giving me trash
differently?
water.
Hmm.
Because God is everything, so everyone has a different viewpoint.
Yeah, I don't think God created numbers. God can be considered in some way the numbers, right?
If we created it, God created it.
Then God said that, right? Everything was created through him.
Yep.
All right.
So even the
This
number.
is that drawing, man, from the 1700s with the electric swords and the free energy. Man, this is the best zoom in I could find. That's pretty damn good and clear.
Yeah, if God made two things, there would be two things, right? There might not be a number to describe them, but there would still be two of
Yeah, God stopped at 7. He rests the case on the 7th day. There was no other numbers, right? After that number 7.
Man,
them. Yeah, a
look
lot
how
of
clean that is.
yeah.
No drug addicts, no homeless people, right? That's when you know the system has fallen apart, when you see drug addicts everywhere, homeless people. I heard Trump made it illegal for homeless people. So that's how we're gonna fix the mess that they basically created by selling America to every other country, um, but its own people.
Mm.
That's when you know
No,
your country has fallen, man. That's a
no,
crack in the system.
that's
They're just
when we
gonna
have to step
slither
in.
back underground. It's
You
too
guys
late
see,
now.
if you default, then China comes in and takes over. Some
Nah,
stuff.
ain't
We'll
nobody
fuck
coming to take
China
over, man.
up.
Ain't nobody coming to
China
take
will get
over, man.
stomped.
Listen,
The drug
Ain't no
addicts
Asian.
alone will fuck them up just for fucking the drug flow up.
Listen, ain't no Asian taking over, man. The Asian is taking over, man. Ain't no Asian is taking over, man. Y'all need to
When
stop it.
if China
Stop it.
invades, we'll stick the fentanyl
They wouldn't invade.
people after them.
You guys owe them money. We all owe them money.
I don't own shit.
Government does.
Facts. Say
They
that
put
again,
up-
Charles.
They
You
put
don't
up
owe them
I
the
don't
nothing.
own.
resources for it.
I don't own shit.
Yeah, they put up
Exactly.
your land for it.
No,
They
they're
better go
going to
after the
listen.
people that own them and
Listen.
shit.
No,
They
it's
got it
not no
fucked up.
people who didn't. Listen, we just going to basically expose them, the government to them. We just going to tell them, look, y'all gonna go ahead and have the government. The government owe y'all money. Y'all want to deal with the government? Take
Mhm.
that shit somewhere else, please. Don't bring this shit over here. Take the government and go deal with it in Asia. That ain't got nothing to do with us. We don't owe them shit, man. Right? They made the deal with the government. They deal with the government. They didn't tell us that they was making that deal with the government. Why we gotta know, why we gotta come in the middle when the government owe them? We don't need that. Nah. Keep us away from that
They're
shit.
your legal representatives in the world. You know.
You
Keep
know
us
why
away
Trump?
from that.
You know why Trump has like kind of said war against the cartel? Because somebody in America fucked one of them over. That's why.
Nah, they've been fucking people over. Trump is going around fucking people over.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's not
saying.
somebody. The government is going around the world fucking people over. It's the government. It's not
The
somebody.
U.S. government and the cartel were best
It's not.
buddies
It's not
all these
somebody,
years. Now all
bro.
of a
Come on,
sudden,
bro.
Trump's going to put
Let's
war on them.
let's
That's
clear
what
the
I'm
air
saying.
with
Someone
this,
in
bro.
America owes the cartel money and they ain't paying.
No, bro, don't do it like that, man. You gonna make them confuse the people with the government. Listen, the government owe these people money. The government, right,
That's what I'm
is
saying.
fucking these people over. It's not.
The government is fucking the cartel over.
Yeah, it's fucking the cartel over. So when the cartel come here to deal with the government, they gotta know that it ain't got nothing to do with us. We ain't got nothing to do with the government. They need to know that. You know that the internet is a publishing a media, right? So when we come around on the internet and say shit, right? It was published, right? Your word can be used against you in the court of law.
With the law they created. Fuck. They don't even honor their own laws that are in place.
Yeah, man, but
So,
listen, but the cartel don't want to hear that. When the cartel come around and say, "Hey, man, you say you was
hey,
gonna give me my money, you didn't give, now
I'll
you
tell
don't
you
got my
one
money."
thing.
I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna have to smack you around. I'm gonna have to take one of your
You,
children or your wife out.
you
One of your
never,
family members gotta
that's
go.
one mistake I would never make in life is own the cartel money.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. The
Right.
cartel, they didn't just looking at the money. They're looking at your words, right?
Yeah,
Because your words said they
exactly.
was going to get their money that time. So that's what I'm saying. Words mean a
Bro,
lot to the cartel.
the
So that's why we gotta be
cartel is
careful.
not going to let it go, bro.
No.
If you owe the cartel money, you're fucked. You might as well kill
But
yourself.
and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying though, since the government or the cartel money, so we gotta be careful how we speak on ourselves, so the cartel won't think that we work for the government or we are part of the government, and they think that they can, because the government ain't paying them, they can use one of us, as an example to the government.
And if they think I'm working with the government, they obviously don't know me.
I mean, I'm just saying, you gotta know, when you speak, you can't say somebody in America is fucking them over. You gotta say the government, because they might think that somebody might be me or you or somebody else, right? Or that's one of the people, and the cartel might think that they can use that to to set an example to the government, because the government playing with the money. So we gotta let them know, nah, man, y'all can't use us to set an example to the government. Nah, go and grab one of them motherfuckers and set an example, with them, cause they playing with your money. That's what I'm saying, bro. So, and I'm telling you, the cartel, they ain't coming and take over nothing. The Chinese, they ain't gonna come in and take over nothing, right? Because they are
You
dealing
read
with
this,
the
Max?
government.
Mm-hmm.
They are dealing with the government, and the government, I keep saying it, is only 68 acres. I mean, 68 square miles, right, of land. That's what it is. That's what the government is. The federal government is only 68 square miles of land, right? So it ain't nothing for the cartel, for whoever China, they just come, and take these motherfuckers, right? Expedite them to China or to Europe or to the Middle East, wherever, whoever is coming to get them first, right? Take them and expedite them, to wherever you come from and deal with them over there, right? Don't bring this mess over here, man. Ain't that what they do when somebody is causing destruction in the community? What do? They just come and remove that person from the community? Do they come in the community and start shooting up? Nah, they just come and they remove that person from the community and they put them in jail. They deal with them. If they gotta give them that needle, they give them that needle, right?
Fuck that. We're gonna
And
cut
I'm
their
saying,
fucking kneecaps off.
no, 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 no. Listen, bro.
Then
And I'm saying, I mean, you could join. Listen, Charles, you could join, right? But listen, you have to understand, you joining a foreign, war, right? You did because they ain't owe you money, bro, right? They owe, the cartel money. They owe China money. And I'm saying, if it's the cartel that's coming to
the
get them,
cartel, those are my homies, man.
oh, okay, then that's cool. If you miss, so go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. But I'm saying, bro, you feel me? Like when y'all come and get them, you know what I'm saying? Take them out, just like when they come into our community,
I ain't got nothing
right?
to do with that. That's between the cartel and the government.
But let me cook right quick. I'm saying,
Those
look,
dummies decided to owe money. They thought they were tough. Well, now they got to look over their shoulder every day. Look at this shit. It's some good experimentation.
I'm saying, bro, just like when they have a warrant for somebody, and they just come in the neighborhood, they have a
Yeah, the
warrant
sun
and they
dogs.
pick you up, right? I'm saying the cartel and the Chinese government should put a warrant for the American government, and they just come and get them niggas and go deal with them in China or in Asia or wherever. You know what I'm saying? Put a warrant out for the niggas. They owe y'all. They violate, y'all niggas law. My bad. Go ahead. My bad, yo.
You're kind of getting into all the whole birth certificate thing there, and sovereign citizen. I don't know if that works or not. I don't think that would separate you, though. Not that that's what you're saying, but it's hard to separate yourself from your government.
You say it's hard.
Yeah.
Why?
Where do you live?
You say where?
Where do you live?
Come on, bro.
Right?
You know the government is on.
You're going to
You
give
know the.
yourself a country name, right? Like I live in Canada,
City is dead, man. Who's that
right?
new mayor they just got? New York City. They're fucking screwed.
There ain't no
Listen,
free
though.
land for us to go to.
What you
Nope.
mean there is
They're-
no free land? If
New
all
York
the
got
land is
that
free.
guy from
Yeah.
Pakistan.
How, listen, how is there is no land if
Look,
all the
there's
land is
Muslims
free?
in New York, or I forgot where it's somewhere in the U.S. He said he's going to run for president and eradicate the Constitution, yo.
He'll probably win,
That's
too.
probably.
Yeah. There's enough nihilistic
And
people.
then once if that happened, then they'll be crying that they want the Constitution back.
Yeah.
because
Man,
they're
I'm
cutting
telling
off hands and heads in other countries. And you sell drugs in other countries, you're getting life in prison, and you ain't coming home. There is no, you can't fight it with the Constitution. These laws allow you to at least fight your case, right? There's certain laws where
Hmm.
you can put in place to at least fight your case and reopen it. In other countries, you
Yeah.
can't do that. You get
No.
life, you're done. That's it.
In China, if you're arrested, that's because you're guilty. You don't get no trial. You're just guilty. Your trial consists of you being sentenced. 'Cause
America might have
they
its
they say they don't
it,
make mistakes, so if they arrest you, you're guilty.
we got fucked up people using the system in the fucked up ways, but
you. Listen, man, I don't know
I
why
had
we think
people in
things.
prison making some good points years ago. I used to say, fuck the Constitution, and people started pointing things out to me, and I was like, oops, I was ignorant.
Yeah, you need
But
something.
Look, I don't know why we think things is different overseas. They're not, because it's one world government. The government is the one that's doing, that's controlling everything, right, in their country. So
oh, it's
they're the
different.
one that they operate in the same way. Isn't
Get
that
arrested
you
in
have to
Russia for
understand?
weed.
You have to understand. It's not as big as we think thing is. It's a small section. It's like when you come to when you come to like New York, right? The hood is not as big as you think it is, right? When you go to Florida, the hood is not as big as you think it is. When you go to these states, the hood is not as big as
The
you
hood
think
in New
it is.
York are huge. They're
Mm.
stacked on top of each other. It's thousands upon a whole hood
Right? That's
here
why they call
in the Brayton,
projects because
Connecticut.
listen, that's
We
why they
got
call them
about
projects.
There's a hood called Pinnacle Heights. There's about 60 buildings, maybe more. They
Mm.
plowed them all down, but they displaced all the people. They said, you're out of here, just to put up some worthless factory that brought jobs to nobody here. That's how the government does us.
I don't think
But
people know, man. Ever since 2020, you ain't even had to pay rent no more, right? Ever since 2020, right? If you was paying attention, right, you ain't even had to pay rent no more, right? Because Trump had already, right? Trump
what
had
are they gonna
already
do?
basically, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, Trump had
no,
already
my bad.
put,
I was thinking to
put his
myself.
thing. Trump had already put his thing in place, right? For when he was coming now, right? So like I said, since 2020, you ain't had. I mean, since COVID, you ain't had to pay rent no more, right? Because it's a free country. All the land, right? All the land is free. People don't know that. All the land is free. The only literally the only piece of land that's being controlled right now is 68 square of land, right? That's it. 68 square feet of land. I mean square miles of land that's being controlled by the federal government. All the rest of the land is free, right?
Oh. Well, people put a lot of land rights on them. Right now, we're having indigenous land rights issues. Government's handing over parcels of land to indigenous people with people on it, people living on it.
We need to just take our shit back, man. These people ain't representing the country.
Well, who takes it
They're
back?
fucking they're fucking destroying everything.
We said they wasn't going to give us our shit back. They been give our shit back,
These are
right?
the wrong people to have representing your country.
They been give us our shit back. They gave us all the land that they took from Virginia. They give it back. All the land that they took from Maryland, they give it back, right? Because that's the only land they have. When we're talking about
Oh no.
these states, when we're talking about these states is not a geographical location. These states are state of mind, right? It's
This
only
is the
these
guy right
people.
here. I just want to say, everyone.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he listen. he's fucking with Trump, right? He's fucking he fucking
He's a
Trump
Democrat. That's
up.
why.
He
You
fucking
know,
his
behind
Trump up,
closed
bro.
doors, he be jerking Trump off. You know how much fucking juice Trump got? Um,
Nah, bro.
as
One of
long
them
as long as
between
people
him.
idolize these fucking bums and
Nah, bro. Between
have
him
this
and Trump.
stupid political arguments, when people say that they work for us, that's hilarious, yo. These people won't
Listen, bro.
acknowledge any of us. You go
Listen,
there
bro.
and try to tell them what to do, they'll laugh in your face. Look,
Let me
the
put a fun
government
fact
don't
out.
work for the people anymore. That's long over.
Oh yeah. Don't know
Let
that
me
that
put
was
let
ever
me, let me
really
put out
true.
let me put out a fun fact. New York is a mafia state. It's a cartel state, right? You have the Italians, you have the Germans, you have all type of right mafias, cartel people here. Between him and Trump, right? One of them is going to die. Between him and Trump, I'm telling you, this
This
is
is the
big
funniest
war going
picture.
on.
Between who and Trump?
Between him and Trump,
Oh,
this guy, this guy, between this guy and Trump, one of them, one of them,
you
y'all
got it
going to
right
be.
away, Max, did you?
Eh?
Most people I've showed this to be like, what's so funny about it? I'm like, oh man. I tell my friends, lay off the fluoride, man. Antivirus disc, yo, that's hilarious. I don't know if she thought of that and did it, or that might be a dude with a wig. I don't know. I can't see, but the
No, it's
shoulders
pretty
look
good.
buff. I think that is a dude with a wig because I don't know no women that got shoulders like that. Fuck. Um, let's get back to the architecture. Man, it just looks so awesome to live in these days. The architecture everywhere.
We lost Negus. Oh no, he's there. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I like the grading on the top.
Yeah, I wonder if that used to be like some sort of copper or something.
I don't know. The roof looks like it was copper. Got that green color.
I have to show like this is the
You make a galvanic battery by using two different metals. So you could use copper and iron and get a charge out of it.
this is the whole building, but I got to get a better picture than this. This is the top. I just wanted to look at the chimneys, but I don't think those chimneys were for fire. They look different, but this is the only building left from the whole strip. Everything was knocked down around it. And this is the only piece left. I'm gonna get a better picture and show you what I mean. Next door is a bank, and the entrance to the bank is a glass pyramid.
Cool.
Forgot the bank name. I have a picture of it. The bank. Let me see. Unless I erased it, I'll find out right now. Oh, don't tell me that was my other phone. You're fucking kidding me. Well, I guess that was on my other phone. Son of a bitch. I have to get more pictures. Damn it. Oh well.
Oh, I like the brickwork on that. The different colors. That's cool.
I think that used to like symbolize energy. It's like the candy canes, you see? The candy cane
Yeah. Kind of reminiscent of some Persian buildings too.
See, all the buildings like this there's like 8 of them. It's the federal court. This is the federal court building, which that bridge right there connects across the street to the state court building. Then across the street over there is a federal building for, I think, family and whatever. Then behind me would be a church too that they're also fixing up. That's old. And then there's like the library, the law library. It's all government shit. And then they gutted out a few other old stone buildings like this, and they're fixing the insides. But man, that would be awesome to gut one of these places. Maybe find a few fucking old something.
Yeah, who knows what
one guy, he gutted his house, and under the floor he found a bunch of newspapers from the 1890s. And they didn't fall apart either. I thought when you went to pick them up it would crumble, but they didn't.
Nice. Yeah, I like that walkway up there. That keeps the government workers away from the people, right? You know, they just walk above you.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Because some of the shit they do to people is outright fucked up. And I wouldn't be surprised if one day someone don't get their shit rocked. I'm surprised.
They moved our court from the center of our city to another city. So our court is done in another city.
Yeah, the stuff these people do, man.
Because the judges are worried about retribution.
They're worried about retaliation.
Yeah.
These people lie in cases. The cops will lie. They're all in on it, man. And one thing they like to protect is chomos. That's just a fact. I just don't get how a chomo is only getting less than 2 years max. And a dude selling fucking marijuana or cocaine is getting fucking 40 years. In the 80s, they were smoking people for getting caught with crack. In the early 90s, they were fucking giving out football numbers. And you mean to tell me a chomo is out there doing that? And they're all over the place. You ever see these channels who be setting them up?
Yeah, well, look at our government, like the French government, Macron. There, he's got apparently some 40-year-old picked him up when he was 14.
And do y'all think if they was charging drugs the same price as people that was selling it, do you think drug would have had that big of an impact it had?
The building on the rock. I like that one.
That's a real place.
Yeah, that's cool.
I couldn't hear you too much, Naga. I was waiting to see if Max heard you.
Didn't catch it.
It kind of sounded like you were in the walkie-talkie.
But can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. I was basically asking, if you guys think they was charging the people that was buying the drugs as the same charges as the people that was selling it. Do y'all think that drugs will have the same impact it had in the 90s?
I don't know. They don't seem to catch a lot of the people selling it.
They were setting people up in the 90s. Like cops would sell drugs or even they would bend laws and shit. Like you can't act like a drug dealer and be a cop. That just is entrapment, I think they call it. But
I mean, I know that. I mean, cops, even now in 2015, right, before COVID, cops was still, trying to set people up. I know people, cops set them up. Me myself, cops trying to set me up, right? But I was smart enough to have camera, to have my cameras on every time, right? But that has cops do it. They do these things. Yeah. But I'm saying
New York City got some of the worst cops.
But I'm saying that if they wasn't giving the people that was buying the drugs a pass, like for example, right, with drugs, right? And I'm a user, right? I get a slap on the wrist, right? But if I'm a dealer, right, I get nailed. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying if it was the same way, right, whether I buy it or whether I sell it, if I get caught, I'm gonna get nailed. I'm saying would the impact be the same as it is now? Like how
Oh,
we have so much of a drug, uh, uh, a generation that basically, come out of that, drug era, what we call the crack era. We even have a whole era,
The
we call it
pipe
the
era.
crack era. Yeah. So do y'all think the crack era will survive this for this long?
I'm gonna jump off here in like 10 minutes. I said I was gonna jump off at 2 hours, but I let it go longer. What time is it? 1:30. What was that, Naga? I just wanted to say that.
No, it was just that was the question. Do y'all think the impact will be the same? Like,
Dean,
do
what's
y'all
up?
think the crack era would last this long? Would be this
Yeah.
big if people
But that's
if
what
the
I
people.
mean. The laws, the crack era, when they were smoking boots, giving people 40 years for like 18 grams, fucking, and the people who were bringing the coke in was the government. They brought the most coke in, man, and they
yep.
created laws to put the drug dealers in jail, which it's just wild. They were benefiting from both ends of the spectrum, man, from selling their cocaine and putting people in jail.
Yeah, the war on drugs made them
But
so
I'm
much
saying
money.
it's because I'm saying in doing so they was letting a group of people, they was giving a group of people a slap on the wrist, right? Because
Well, yeah,
the
some of them they
users,
wouldn't even
you
catch, right?
know,
They knew where a lot of the drug dealers were, but they wouldn't catch them,
no, but
right?
I'm talking about not the drug dealers. I'm talking about the users. The users is a part of it too. So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just that the government is bringing the drugs in, and then we have the drug dealers selling it. We have the users. That's a part of it too.
Well,
So
yeah, you got workers, right? You
both
guys
the
got
users
workers.
and the
So,
both the users and the government that bring the drugs in get a pass, and then the drug dealer end up being the one that get crucified. So this is Jesus crucified in between two thieves.
yeah, but the drug dealers that get crucified for it, they're not in the system, right? They're not the approved drug dealers. That's people trying to get a piece of the pie, and they're not allowed to.
Yeah, the buyers too. The buyers that get a pass too. They're not approved buyers
Oh,
because they don't have
they're useful as inmates, right? Because you can work your inmates, so they make money.
So I'm saying at the end of the day, it's just the drug dealer get crucified just like Jesus in between two thieves. The users
Uh-huh.
is a thief, right? And the government is a thief. Is a thief,
Yeah,
right? And the drug dealer is the Messiah. Is the mediator.
yeah. Well, the Clintons brought tons of coke back in the '80s into the
Is this
U.S., right? And they had their approved dealers, and they had those dealers that were on the outside, right?
Yeah.
People trying to make some
Mhm.
money and make a living, right? Who weren't in on the in crowd, they'd go to jail because you can't mess with the money. 'Cause their sentences is all about money, and it works out every way for them, right? If you sell the stuff, you're making the money. If you go to jail for it, you're making the money. So either way works.
Yeah. The mediator, right? The mediator always get crucified. Just like
Mm.
Damn.
You cut out there, Naga. You're on mute. Hi, Internal Visions. Is that Dean?
Yeah.
Okay. Changes. Okay, yeah.
Football started.
Yeah, it's
Even
snowing today. It's snowing out
snowing?
today. Yeah. So, yeah, good time for football to start. They always play in the snow. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't look at sports the same pretty much no more. But I'm about to jump off here. I gotta go do some stuff. Um,
All right. Well, we'll get off here then. You have a great day there, Charles, Naga.
you
Good
too,
talk.
Max. Thank you for coming up.
Have a good one.
And thank you, Naga, for coming up. Who else was up here?
Boji 2.0.
Yeah, Boji and Joe.
Yep. Joking.
And that's it, I think.
Yeah, salute, bro. Until next time, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming up. And peace of the chat. Peace to Craig and Dean. And Yahweh. Salad. Peace to everyone. There's so many names. I'm out. I'll check y'all next time. I need to go grub.